Hey, what's up, Unbroken Nation? I think so many people get stuck in not having clarity, not knowing where to begin. And was that like this shower thought for you? Was this a 3 a.m. moment? Like, how did you get clarity? Was it just that Pilates had impacted your life so greatly? You're like, oh, this is it? Like, what was, I guess, what was the pendulum swing?
Yeah. I wish it was a shower moment. I used to run a lot, and, so I got a lot of thoughts on my run, and I I only know this now, or I only know this since 2013. So in 2008, I did not know this, but I think I was really angry, and I was a really fast runner when I was angry, and I found out in 2013 when I got really happy that I started slowing down. So, but I would get these thoughts on my run, and I just couldn't keep going the way I was going. I just was frustrated. And because I'm not someone who like, we all want certainty, even myself, like, I'm a human being. I wanna know that it's going to happen the way it's going to happen, but I also didn't like showing up day after day, selling people handbags they didn't need, diamond jewelry they didn't need, and they were buying these things to make themselves feel better. But I knew how to make them feel better. And so I just kind of felt like I couldn't keep doing what I was doing to help people feel better about buying stuff when I could help them feel better in a different way. And so on a run, I just remember thinking, I wish I could just teach Pilates. That was the thought. I wish I could just teach Pilates, which I know everyone hates the word just, but in that moment, like that was a very specific just. I just wanted to do that. I didn't have anything like it was going to be easier or simpler. I just knew that that was what I needed to be doing. And so um, it took me a long time to be okay with that because here's the other thing that people are listening who have this leap to make. You feel you're gonna let people down. Like the store I worked for, they cared for me like I was a daughter. They flew me all over to all their stores. They had dreams for me to manage all the stores when the president, the owner of the store retired. Like I went to their house for Thanksgiving. So for me to quit just felt like I was letting people down. And I am an upholder by nature. I'm a firstborn child. Like letting people down is like not like it's I can't even cancel a dinner, y'all. Like I thank God for my husband because he's like, Leslie, we can cancel. It's okay. I'm like, but they've been planning it. Like I am that person who's like, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Right. So it took me months to kind of make the plan and get to the point where I could even gather up the strength and gumption to say, hey, I'm putting my notice in. But here's what's so crazy. As soon as I said those words, I had so much confidence in the decision that I was doing, the decision I was making to go all in on myself and to help people. So, you know, that 3 a.m. moment was on a run and it took, maybe it takes you a while to get the strength up to make the decision, but pay attention to those moments because it really did change my entire life. Like I wouldn't be talking to you right now if I had stayed in retail. That's for sure. I probably would be without a job considering how retail's going.
Yeah, no kidding. You mentioned the word confidence a few times. What does that actually mean?
Yeah, that great. It's a word that's so interesting. My mom will always say, you've always had so much confidence." Um, I know that there's a definition of confidence in, the dictionary that y'all can look up, but for me, it's a belief because and maybe courage is a better word because I feel like I'm scared a lot of the time when I'm doing something. I feel very nervous, because I'm excited about it and I want it to go a certain way. I also don't know how it's gonna go, right? You and I, you've been in business a long time. You have an idea of how things are gonna go, and then tech can happen or something can happen. So, but for me, it's as a belief in what I am doing and how I'm creating things that solve people's problems. And I know if you're listening to this, you're like, how does Pilates solve the world's problems? Um, because I think a lot of people don't know who they are and they don't spend time with themselves. And when they do, they're shaming themselves and they're talking negatively themselves. So to me, confidence it's a belief in myself in that even if I screw it up, even if I do it wrong, it's going to be okay because I'm going to just show up again tomorrow and I'm going to learn from it. So it's less it's less that dictionary word of like, I'm so good at something, I've done it so much, I'm so confident in it. I'm nervous all the time. My husband was recording an event that I had to teach at, and there was 85 people in the room, which doesn't sound like a lot if you talk to 10,000, but I had 85 people I was teaching in one room. And that at the time was years ago, I'd never taught 85 people in a room. And In the front row was a bunch of people who've never done Pilates before that flew out, a company flew them out to take my class. There's also, like, other famous Pilates instructors who took the time to take my class, and then there's all these other people, and I looked at my husband and I said, "Oh my god, I'm so nervous right now." He said, "How is this any different than what you're already doing?" And it was that moment that I realized that, I think a lot of us get nervous and scared. We doing a thing we already had confidence in doing. So for me, I just really try to focus on believing in what I'm doing and just doing the things that I know I believe in, I believe I can do. And then the confidence and the courage and all of that comes.